Welcome to all student. Myself, Om Prakash Vodara, assistant professor, principal of Seed Technology, Department Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science. Today, we discuss about your topic seed storage, maintenance of seed vigor and viability in terms of germination from harvest until planting is the utmost importance in any seed production programs. Care should be taken at every stage of processing and distribution to maintain the viability and vigor. The harvested seed of most of the orthodox crop seeds are usually dried and stored for at least one season until the commencement of the next growing seasons. Except those of the recalcitrant seeds which require high moisture content for safe storage. One dried, the viability will be lost. Example, jack, citrus, coffee, cocoa, folialthea. In such recalcitrant seeds, senescence start in the mother plants itself. The dry weather alters moisture contents of the seed, thereby reducing the viability. Some seeds require an after ripening process, as in finance and fractionus. Most of the agriculture crops aging start at physiological maturity, which is irreversible. Hence, seed becomes practically worthless. If they fail to give adequate plant stands in addition to healthy and vigorous plants, good storage is therefore a basic requirement in seed productions. To purpose of seed storage, seed have to be stored, of course, because there is usually a period of time between harvest and planting. During this period, the seed have to be kept somewhere, while the time interval between harvest and planting is the basic reason for storing seeds. There are other considerations, especially in the case of extended storage of the seeds. The purpose of seed storage is to maintain the seed in good physical and physiological conditions from the time they are harvested until the time they are planted. It is important to get adequate plant stands in addition to healthy and vigorous plants. Seed suppliers are not always able to market all the seed they produce during the following planting seasons. In many cases, the unsold seeds are carrying out in storage for marketing during the second planting seasons after harvest. Problem arise in connection with the carry-over storage of seed because some kind varieties and lot of seed do not carry over very well. Seed are also deliberately stored for extended periods or so as to eliminate the need to produce the seed every season. Foundation seed units and other have find this to be an economically efficient procedure for seed of various for which there is limited demands. Some kinds of seed are stored for extended periods to improve the percentage and rapidly generations by providing enough time or natural release from dormancy. Regardless of the specific reasons for storage of seed, the purpose remains the same: maintenance of a satisfactory capacity for germination and emergence, the facility and procedure used in storage. Therefore, have to be directed towards the accomplishments of this purpose. Stage and segments of seed storage. In the broadcast sense, the storage periods for seed beings with the attainment of physiological maturity and ends with the resumption of active growth to the embryonic axis as like germination. So the entire storage periods can be divided into post maturation, pre-harvest segments, period from physiological maturity to harvest seed in field, and bulk seed segments, period from harvest to packaging bulk seed in aerations, drying bins, sugar beans, etc. Package seed segments, period packaging to distribution seed in packaging in warehouse, distribution marketing segments, period during distribution and marketing package seed is transit and details storehouse. On farm segments periods from purchase of planting of seed in farm seeds. Seed are considerable to be physiological and morphological matures when they reach maximum dry weights. At this stage, dry down or dehydration of the seed is well underway, drying down continues after physiological maturity until moisture content of the seeds and fruit decrease to a level which permit effective and efficient harvest and threshing. This stage can be termed as harvest maturity. There is usually an interval of time between physiological maturity and harvest maturity, and this intervals represents the first segments of the storage periods. Any delay in harvesting the seed after they reach harvest maturity prolonged the first segments of the storage periods, often to the determinant of seed quality. The second segment of the storage period extend from harvest to the beginning of conditioning. Seed in the commons, grain, wagons, and bulk storage or drying beans are stored, and their quality is affected by the same factors that affect the quality of seed during the package seed segments of the storage periods. The third segment of the storage period begins with the onset of the conditioning and end of with packaging. The fourth segment of the storage period is packaged seed phase, which has already been maintained. The packaged seed segment is followed by storage during distributions and marketing, and finally by storage on the farm before and during planting. The seed quality can be considerably be affected at any of the stage or segments maintained above unless sound principles involved in seed storage are practiced and the seed are properly handled. Type of storage. The type of storage needed can be related to the time of storage expected broadly. This can be classified into four types. Storage of commercially truthfully labels and certified seeds, storage of carry out seeds, and storage of foundation seed stocks and enforcement seed samples. Storage of germplasm seed. Storage of commercial seeds. This storage of commercial seeds require the largest storage need from harvest until planting. The storage period range from 8 to 9 months. The seed must be dried to 14% moisture content for starch seeds and 11% of for oil seeds crops. Carry out seeds about 20 to 25% of storage seed may have to be carried over through one seasons to the second planting time. The storage periods may ranging 1 to 1.5 year storage of seeds in metal, begin with fighting leads or in a moisture proof bag with solve problems of moisture penetration, so provided the seeds are already dry enough for sealed storage. Foundation stock and enforcement sheet samples. It is desirable to store foundations and enforcement sheet for several years. Since genetic drift are minimized by reproducing foundation or stock sheets. Since the quality of seeds involved is not large, the storage room is only a small part of the total storage area, and in fact is often a small room with a large warehouse. Relative humidity and temperature combination has to be provided for maintaining the availability. A combination of 25% relative humidity and 30% temperature or less, or a relative humidity about 45% at 20 degrees centigrade or less will be ideal. The required relative humidity can be achieved by making the room moisture proof and by using dehumidifiers. Germplasm seed storage. Mainly, germplasm seed storage conditions should be dry and cool, effective storage, dust control, proper sanitation in seed stores. Before placing seed into storage, they should be dried to save moisture limits, storing of high quality seeds only. Well cleaned, treated as well as high generation centimeters. Factor affecting seed humidity in storage, variety of seeds, initial seed quality, moisture contents, relative humidity and temperature during storage. Provenance, the activity of organism associated with seed in storage, a kind of or variety of seeds. Seed storability is considerably influenced by the kind of or variety of the seeds. Some seeds are short, like example onion, soybean, and groundnuts. As a general rule, starchy seed can be stored considerably for a longer periods compared to proteinaceous or oily seeds because of their hygroscopic natures. Initial seed quality, seed load having plumpy, vigorous, undamaged seeds store longer than that deteriorates. Even seed loads having good generations at the beginning of storage periods may deteriorate at a faster rate, depending upon the severity of withering damage, mechanical injury, or otherwise in the field. Low quality seed should invariably be rejected, even at best. storage conditions, the initial quality of the seed cannot be improved except for the dormant seeds, but can only be maintained. Moisture contents. The most important factor influencing seed viability during storage is the moisture contents, and the rate of deteriorations increase as the seed moisture contents increase. The drier the seed, the higher will be the storage life. Seed moisture content mainly 11 to 30% seed moisture contents, and it restores like half year. 10 to 12% seed moisture contents, then storage life 1 year. 9 to 11 seed moisture contents percent in storage life 2 years, and 8 to 10 seed moisture content percent present in seeds, then storage life is 4 years. It is well known that higher moisture contents enhance the biological activity in the seeds and causes excessive heatings. Besides promoting mold and insect activities, the relationship of moisture contents of seed during post-harvest stage furnished below would clearly indicate the role of moisture in the life of seed in storage. Role and importance of moisture content in the life of seed: mainly 35 to 80% moisture contents of the living seed. Seeds not matures enough for harvest. 18 to 40% seed physiologically matures, respiratory rates high, and seeds susceptible to field deteriorations. Heating occur if seed bulk without adequate ventilations. Mold and insect very active. Seeds susceptible to mechanical damage in harvesting and handling. If 13 to 18% moisture content present in seed store reasonably well for 6 to 18 months in open storage in temperature climates. Insect can still be a problem in susceptible seeds. Seeds susceptible to mechanical damage. If moisture content 10 to 13%, then respiratory rate still high. Can get hitting at the highest level. Mold and insect can be damaging seed resistant to mechanical damage. If moisture content present in seed 8 to 10%, then seed is sufficiently dry, can be stored for 1 to 3 years, open storage in temperature climates. Very little insect activity, seed very susceptible to mechanical damage. If moisture content present in seed 4 to 8%, then safe moisture content for seed led storage conditions. If moisture content 0 to 4% in present in seeds, then seed germinations when they imbibe water to these levels. If moisture content present 30 to 60%, extreme desiccations can be damaging to seeds. Hard seed nets develop in some kinds of the seeds. The importance of seed moisture content in extending the shelf life of the seeds under ideal storage conditions can be well known and understood from the Harrington thumbs rules that 1% decrease in seed moisture content nearly doubles the storage potential for the seeds. Again, this rule is applicable only at a moisture range of 5 to 14%, because moisture content below 5%, the physiochemicals reactions may take place, and above 14%, fungi and fungus and insect becomes active. Another rule given Harrington's status that every 5 degrees centigrade decrease in storage temperature, the seed life will be doubles. Again, this can hold good only in temperatures range from 0 to 50 degrees centigrade. There are expectations in this rule in a few crops like chilies, brinjal, and windy. The same moisture content again depends upon the period of storage structure, kind, and variety of the seeds, the packaging material used. For cereals under open storage, seed drying up to 10% moisture content appear quite satisfactory. The storage in sealed contents during up to 4 to 8% moisture contents, depending upon the particular kind of the seed may be necessary. Use of desiccants like the silica gels can maintain the moisture content in equilibrium with the relative humidity of 45% seed kept at the rate 1 kg per 10 kg of the seeds. When the silica gels turn to pink color, seeds should be dried at a 175 degrees centigrade in oven and then again placed in the container. Relative humidity and temperature during storage, seed are hygroscopic in nature. They attain rather specific and characteristic moisture contents when subjected to given level of atmospheric humidity at particular temperatures. Equilibrium moisture content, the equilibrium moisture content for a particular kind of seed at given relative humidity tends to increase at temperature decrease and that tradition start. So different factors in during seed storage are affected the seed viability and seed life response and these mechanical mixes and different disease causes according to moistures and temperatures. It affects the plant seed viability.